Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. Really been looking forward to getting on here tonight. This is one of my favorite things with my channel is doing live streams, interacting with you know my supporters and potential new supporters because without y'all, this does not exist. You this is what you call a it's a team effort if you really think about it. I put out content to entertain you all, and you all support me. You know, it you don't do this unless you want to entertain people to an extent in some form or fashion. You know, it's very very important to be open to entertain your supporters as long as it's within reasons. Nothing out of that would make you out of character to your morals. Like keep it reasonable. It's no reason why I can't do what's requested. So you know, everyone's different in what makes them laugh or entertains them. If we were all the same, it'd be boring in that degree as far as what entertains us. Some people like you know very adult oriented, um, raunchy, a lot of cussing, that type of entertainment. Some like more innocent, articulate, you know, can entertain you, make you laugh without, you know, going past those boundaries. And everyone has a right to the entertainment that they like. Hey, how we doing? Welcome. Well, that sucks that they lost their dinosaur. How you lose a dinosaur? Dinosaurs are pretty big last time I checked. Just saying. But I wanted to share some news. Um, some of you might know this already, and some don't. But this is day 30. Okay, day 30. I've been doing this, and one, I absolutely love it. Two, I've hit the 200 subscriber thresh mark. Now, maybe for some people that's not a big deal. That's a big deal to me because without the support of everyone, I don't get there. So I I'm very happy at a month within a month that I've gotten to 200 subscribers. That is a big deal, as I said to me. And what I would tell you is, you know, you're supporting me, and I appreciate that. But also, I need help to grow. So you let people know that you think would like my content, and share my channel with them. Hey, what's up, Ken? Welcome. Um, you know, it's important because I'm a big believer. Like if I like a channel, I will tell friends about it. I'm like, hey, I'll send it to you. You know, because I want, you know, everyone that busts their hump on YouTube, I want them all to succeed. Good evening, King Ken. Appreciate you being on here. I don't get to see you on here too much. I know, you know, you help Party Monster. That's my brother. You know, and I appreciate all you do for him and helping his channel grow. You know, and I need everyone's help. You know, this is a team effort because if I ever get where I want to get with this, I don't forget where I come from. I absolutely don't. I'm a humble guy. I stay humble. Uh, I I get you, King Ken. Completely understand that. Yeah, I usually don't have to be to work till like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That's the restaurant business for you. But yeah, so you know, I like I said, I don't forget where I come from. If I ever get big with this, I ever start making money doing this, which would be an absolute blessing, and you all are are the key reason I would. Yes, I have to roll my sleeves and do the work. I have to grind. I have to put, you know, the videos out that y'all like. You know, I have to do live streams and interact, and I love to do that because I love to talk. So if you love to talk, this is, you know, how do you not enjoy this? You know, I love interacting with people. Like it makes me smile. You know, I put smiles on people's faces every day. You know, people are like you're such a nice person. We appreciate you, and that's my aim every day. Be the best person I can be. Help others. Being kind is free. It's absolutely free to be kind to each other. We got so much nonsense going on in the world. I'm not going to get into that. But if you're not living under a rock, y'all look around. You know what's going on. So, you know, I want this to be, you know, a place where you come here and we have a good time together and laugh and have conversations. I appreciate that, King Ken. You're right. Consistency is absolutely key. You know, can't stop making content. You know, some people they're like, I'm not doing this. I'm taking a break. Well, my advice, if someone wants to do that, let all the people that support you know, because you know everyone has a right to a break. Okay, we're all human. We all need our rest. You know, some people really grind. Like, you know, some people working 40, 50 hours a week, then plus doing this. You know, it's a lot. You know, you do need your rest. If you go too hard, you're gonna burn out. You know, you burn out. That's yeah, it's never a good thing to burn out. I've done it. Like one time I burned out. This is a long time ago. I was in bed for like literally 4 days. So I would get up and go to the bathroom, and that was about it. Because I just went too hard. You know, working 80-hour weeks, like for several months, and then my body just crashed. Went too hard. You gotta listen to your body. You know, your body's like, hey, take a break. Gotta take a break. But I will keep doing as much as I can to grow this channel and work hard. So, I know like what like where I'm like, okay, I need to calm down a bit. So we're not there yet, so we're good on that. And then work hard at my job that I've been doing for 27 years. And yes, if you have worked in the restaurant business over 20 years, you have lost some of your sanity. I promise you that. Because some people think the restaurant business is a simple job. I'm here to tell you it's not. Hey, how you doing, Sawyer's Mall? Welcome. Um, I believe it's 50 subscribers to do a live stream. Pretty sure, because like when I hit that, I got a notification saying I could go live now when I'm ready. So you know, we all gotta grind. We all got responsibilities. You know, being an adult sucks sometimes because we have to worry about everything and anything. It's like my son's 25. He's a grown man. He's strong, independent. Has a great girlfriend. But I'm never going to stop worrying about him because he's my son. No matter how awesome your kids are, you never stop worrying about them. This things change as they get older. What they need from you and what you can do for them, it just changes as they get older. It's hard to imagine. One day I'm gonna be a grandpa. Hard to imagine. Feel like my son's found the right lady. I hope. Anyway, and then become a grandpa one day, and then I get my revenge because my son was very hyper when he was young, and I try to do the let him stay up late thing, and he'd still get up early. So my plan is when I have a grandson or granddaughter, and I'm watching them, I get them hopped up on sugar right before I give them back to my son, and that's my payback for when he was young and I wanted to sleep and he wouldn't let me sleep. Let him stay up late and he would get up at the crack of dawn, and I'm just like ugh. Now, some of you may know about that, some of you might not, but I can tell you being a parent is an awesome thing, a very awesome thing for sure. I would not trade that for the world. And I would love becoming a grandparent one day. So, but yeah, so like I say, can't do this without y'all. That I'm not sure. I apologize. I'm not sure the answer to that. You know, I like to say I know answers to any question I'm asked, but I'd be fooling myself. Some things I'm just not going to have an idea about. Um, but you know, thank thank you all. Still a brain rot. What's that mean exactly? But I can't do this without everyone's support. So thank you all for getting me to, you know, 201 right now, and hopefully, this channel will continue to grow and make a lot more content, and you know get get out there more to more people and be able to entertain more people, because it's very enjoyable to do. You know, so this thanks again, and I've heard about how amazing the AEW pay per view Revolution was, and it was like 6 hours long. I'll tell you, Tony Khan really likes to do long pay per views. Oh, interesting. Okay. Thank you for that answer, Katie. I appreciate you. And I just did what you asked me to do before, Katie. You should you should see it on your end, hopefully. Could say it went through on mine. But excuse me, Tony Khan really likes to have long pay per views. I mean, I feel like they average between 4.5 and 5.5 hours. I mean, and honestly, AEW's been doing pay per views. You're welcome. Um, AEW's been doing pay per views since 2019, and out of all the pay per views I've seen, I can I can honestly say I have not seen a bad one. Now you're gonna get the WWE marks out there that want to say WWE does not do bad pay per views, and I'm here to tell you, being objective, absolutely not. They have had some pay per views that were absolute nonsense. Um, if you're talking about AEW, Katie, yeah, some of the spots are absolutely insane, and that old label, "Don't try this at home," would apply. to AEW. Absolutely correct on that. But what they do in AEW to entertain us is they take it to another level. Yeah, they really do. I mean, they want to entertain us so badly, and I appreciate that. But also at the same time, I don't want them injured or you know some crazy thing happens and ends them. You know, that would be a horrible situation. And the fact that Will Ospreay is back in 7 months is insane from neck surgery. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. A flip leg drop, yeah. You don't hit that right, you're gonna hurt yourself. Absolutely gonna hurt yourself if you don't land correctly. It's hard to protect yourself with the leg drop. I mean, someone, legendary, that was their finishing move, you know, and look at the hip surgeries and knee replacements. Like, yeah, if you do the leg drop too much, you're going to have major injuries. Oh wow, I never would think of Jeff Hardy as doing a submission hold. Interesting. I wonder what it is. What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother? Yeah. Um, it's in reference to a wrestling move called the leg drop, and when you jump up in the air and you land right on your tailbone, you know, if you do that enough times, you're going to have to get hip surgery or knee surgery or even foot surgery, depending, because the mat they land on, Joe, is very hard. It's not soft. It would be nice if it was actually padded so they could protect themselves a little easier. But wrestling rings are not comfortable to fall on at any given time. But they do it so much they kind of build a tolerance up to it. But they still got learn how to fall, you know, and try to protect themselves as much as possible. You almost 100% by the way with your hip surgery. Ah, interesting name for a submission hold. Okay, I have to see what it looks like later. I have to look it up. So, Joe, what you more excited about, Ravens or Seahawks? That would be a tough question for you to answer for sure. Because your one team won the Super Bowl and the other team, you know, don't know when they're getting back. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on that, brother. Hopefully, you'll be 100% in no time. Not going to tell you to do a backflip or anything. That would just be irresponsible to tell you to do something like that. Plus, you're not as young as you once was. I sure the heck am not. If someone wants me to do a backflip, I'll tell them, yeah, right. That's not happening. Too big, too old, and too hurt for that. Yeah, no time. Not doing that at all. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, 1983. Yeah, that's a lifelong fan right there. Considering that's, I guess that's when Seahawks came into the league. Gosh, that's hard to believe. And how some teams are like 60, 70 years old. So Seattle's kind of like babies in a way compared to like the Bears, the Steelers. Hey, bro, what's up? Welcome on. Um, let's see. Which team came in 76? Don't say the Bears because the Bears been around a long time. The Lions have been around a long time. Oh, okay. Seattle came in 76. All right, gotcha. Let's see other real old NFL franchises. My guy's been around a long freaking time. Bill's been around, but I don't think they've been around that long. Jets. Oh, um, like the older football teams that have been around forever. That's what we're talking about right now. But yeah, like I think about the Jets, and I'm like, if you're a Jets fan, you're SOL. Poor party monster is very depressed about his Jets every day because the Bills are the Bills and the Patriots are, you know, back. I feel so you're gonna have the Patriots or the Bills pretty much win that division, one of them for like at least the next 10 years. You know, I don't see Miami getting buried anytime soon. I don't see the Jets getting buried anytime soon. So, you know, it's this. Yep, you're right. I know what you meant, bro. I know you meant Buffalo, not Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Which, by the way, allegedly they were supposed to be doing a like re restarting that show and on Hulu, and then they decided not to. And apparently, Sarah Michelle Gilla, I probably said her name wrong, was ticked off. Yeah, I mean, it would have been good. I don't know how much of the old cast they would have got back to play, but there was so much you could do with that character. But yeah, but I'll tell you this, Joe. You know, Seattle's got. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Seattle's got some stiff competition because the Rams getting McDuffie That's all the Rams were missing was secondary help. And now you can have him cover Jigba. I mean, that could be like a key grudge match them two against each other for years to come. You know, uh, I just don't understand. Team wins the Super Bowl, you would think they would want to stick together and run it back, but Seattle's already lost some key players. It's like it would make sense to try to go back to back, and then maybe you get players leave for a higher payday. But I just I can't pretend to understand what players think. I can't. I wish I knew. But we don't know unless they share with us, and some are very open about how they feel about things, and some are more reserved. So, but yeah, uh, all I gotta say is as long as the Chiefs and the Eagles don't go next year, I would be very happy about that because I don't want to see neither of them go. Sorry to my brother Jeff, who's a diehard Eagles fan. I do not want to see fly, Eagles fly. I have no desire for that. I'd rather lay the smack it down. Yeah, I hear you on that, Joe. But that division is crazy because Seattle's clearly very good. Rams are very good. Rams are very well coached. Sean McVay is a very good coach. And the 49ers are very good, and Kyle Shanahan is a very good coach. And Seattle's head coach is very good. So you're talking about dogfight, absolute dogfight. Excuse me, for years to come. Yeah, I'm for it. You know, I would love my guys' division to become a dogfight too. I don't feel like Dallas has done anything to get better, honestly. Jerry Jones likes mediocrity. He wants to be in the news. He wants you to talk about his team, but the heck if he wants to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, the draft is going to be key for them. You know, the to replace pieces they're missing and hope they pan out correctly and help the team be in the playoffs again. But I don't see the Cardinals anytime soon being relevant. But back to my division, I think Dallas is going to be mediocre. I hope the Eagles are mediocre. I hope they struggle. I hope AJ Brown goes bye bye. If I'm AJ Brown, I want out. And apparently they're asking for too much. They're asking for too much for him. Like last time I heard, it was like 3 draft picks. I'm sorry. AJ Brown's a phenomenal receiver, but the heck if I'm giving up 3 draft picks for the guy. If I'm giving up 3 draft picks for you, I'm serious. I need you to get me 1,800 yards and like close to 20 touchdowns every year. I'm just saying, if I'm giving up 3 draft picks, that's my expectation I need from that player to justify all that. Y'all tell me what you think, because I'd love to hear it. No, bro, I didn't hear who the Eagles got. You tell me, please. I appreciate it. But like I said, I want the Eagles to suck. Giants. So this is what I think about the Giants. I mean, clearly John Harbaugh is a good coach. Okay. No one can say John Harbaugh is a bad coach. You cannot like with a straight face. You you cannot say John Harbaugh is a bad coach because that would just be irresponsible as far as I'm concerned. You know he he's a very good coach. Hey, what's up, party? Welcome. Got little live chat going on here. You missed King Ken earlier. Yeah, he has to get up early. We were talking about the sadness of you being a Jet fan. You can't defend anything with that. I would tell you maybe get a second team to support. So when the Jets make you cry, you got someone to pick you up, pick them tears up. But you know, John Harbaugh, I don't care what anyone says, is a good coach. And Jackson Dart is very good. If Scatterboo comes back healthy, if Neighbors comes back healthy, if Likely fits into the scheme and they get an offensive line. Now I've told this to Giants fans that I'm friends with. The Giants have a potential to have an offense that scores 26 to 28 points a game. Now, if you do that and you have a defense, you're 12-5, 13-4, 14-3 range. And if you're there, you're clearly a playoff team. And maybe competing for like a number one seed. Because the number one seed is very important. Because you get to bye, and then you're at home until the Super Bowl. Unless you're blessed enough to be at home already and the Super Bowl's in your stadium. Heck, if the 49ers were just a little bit better and didn't have key injuries on defense, they could have been at home for the Super Bowl playing in it. But before it's all said and done, I feel like the 49ers are going to get back into the conversation for the Super Bowl. I have no doubt. So, yeah. And I feel like Detroit, Dan Campbell's a real good coach. I feel like he'll get the Lions back where they need to be. They They still have a lot of good players. Now they did lose David Montgomery, so I feel like that could hurt them in the run game. But I do think they got another running back, at least a decent one. I can't think of who it is right now. If someone could tell me what running back Detroit got during free agency, so I can do an assessment on that. But yeah, I feel like Detroit's gonna get back at it. Oh, thank you, party. I feel like Bachenko has the ability to become very good. He's shown flashes of it, but you gotta have a real good offensive line. So you have a good offensive line to open up holes for you, and you can read the holes. That's a big deal. So I feel like Detroit's O line is really good, so I think Pachenko can thrive in it. I mean, he's going to be the power back, and Gibbs is a speed back, obviously. I mean, Gibbs is real fast. He's fun to watch. He really is. I love watching real good running backs. I mean, heck, Jonathan Taylor was on a tear last year until Daniel Jones went down with injury. And they're like, oh, your quarterback's out. We're going to stack the box. Have fun. You have fun with that. We have 9 in the box. How you going to run the ball? Now, we'll say if someone has 9 in the box and the running back gets through and scores, hey, they're very skilled. That's all I will say. If they have 9 in the box and somehow the running back hits a hole and takes off and scores a touchdown, there's going to be bad repercussions for that defensive unit the next day. That coach might have them running suicides, you know, and especially for the bigger guys, that's not fun. They're not going to want to do that because that's a lot of running. Yeah, they're blocking. They're fine with getting out, especially O linemen when they get to run block. They get to get physical. Pass protection is not as fun for them. So yeah, I expect Detroit to bounce back. I feel like Green Bay is going to be good. I think the Bears are going to be good. And Minnesota is going to be interesting. This is a chance for Kyler Murray to have a redemption story. If he balls out in Minnesota, and look at everything Minnesota has, Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, got good backs. Yeah, like Kyler Murray's never had that much weaponry. So he could really play well. Now he plays really well, and the Vikings go to playoffs, and they win a game or two. I feel you would have to offer a multi-year deal to Murray. Now McCarthy, that would be absolutely devastating for him because if Murray plays his tail off and lights it up, he's not going to get a chance to start. Heck, if I was McCarthy, I'd think about going to San Diego, even though Justin Herbert's the quarterback there. He don't start doing anything in the playoffs. We don't know how much longer he's going to be there. And of course, as y'all know, J.J. McCarthy played for Jim Harbaugh. So obviously, Harbaugh would know how to get the most out of McCarthy. Because y'all tell me what you think. I mean, Justin Herbert has all the ability to be a top tier quarterback, but he just, I don't know. He seems to be missing something. He just seems to the struggle at times, and I don't know why he's struggling. Yep, because Alex Smith was decent, but then Harbaugh made him amazing. Like he played great, and then he had very good years in Kansas City, and then he came to us and broke his leg, like Joe Theismann. Oh, that was brutal. That looked like something out of a horror movie. But yeah, Alex Smith was so, and then Harbaugh really elevated him, made him so much better. So much better. So that was a very good point, bro, bringing that up. But both Harbaughs are very good coaches. But the funny thing is, Jim is former NFL quarterback, and he had to name Captain Comeback from his days as a Colt. You know, he had some real moments. Yeah, you didn't hear me say that. I mentioned it. So yeah, it's just uh, it's just crazy. But yeah, both Harbaughs are very good coaches. Look at their win percentage. It's pretty high. I think Jim Harbaugh's win percentage is like close to 70, a little over. John's not far off. So yeah, I'll tell you this, like the way free agency's been going, it's gonna be a real fun football season. Going into the draft is definitely gonna be fun to watch. See who makes the big moves. One thing I like about what the Commanders have done, they haven't made any big splash moves, but they're bringing in a bunch of guys that fit the scheme, offense and defensive scheme that we want to run. Our defensive coordinator comes from the Brian Flores tree. And last I checked, Brian Flores knows how to coach defense. So that's going to be real fun to see what he brings for us, because we need to get our defense right, because under Joe Witt last year, we couldn't catch or stop a cold. We were atrocious on defense. Like, our defense was so bad as on witness protection. That's what Party Monster feels like being a Jets fan. Witness protection. Hey, we're looking for Jets fans. Have you seen any? We like to get them to the safe house now. Yeah, please let us know if you find any Jets fans because we want to put them in the safe house. We gotta protect them, you know, from themselves in case they have some bad urges. all year party. Heard that. Disappointment 365. Yeah, party. Yeah, what you think about Gino being back? It's Gino. What's Gino going to do? Hey, Gino, go give me a sub. How? Excuse me. Oh, yeah, you're not a fan of it. Yeah, that's true. The draft. Yeah, for sure. Oh, if you didn't know, party, I hit I'm over 200 subs now. First month. Yeah, I definitely thanked everyone for that because without the support, I don't get there. So, yeah, it's definitely nice for sure. Ooh. But, yeah. Yeah, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Hopefully, next we get to 300, then to 4, then to 5, then to 1,000. But the tricky thing is the watch hours. How do I get the watch hours up? That is the question. I feel like the more supporters I have, that should be easier to get to, but I just don't know. Because it would be bittersweet if I get enough support, but in one aspect, but not in the other. Like I said before, you know, when I watch videos, I watch all of it. I just believe in giving support like that. But I know everyone's different. Not everyone wants to watch a whole video that someone puts out, even if there's a chance they would like it like that. So, things I have to figure out. But, I definitely thank my friends Jeff and Megan for helping me with some thumbnails today because I am not technical. I am like a dinosaur from Jurassic Park when it comes to understanding the technical aspects of um, doing stuff for YouTube. I'm just like, nerd. Let's keep it real. I want to learn. It's just going to take me time because my mind spins too much trying to understand everything. Just gotta relax, take my time to learn, so I can continue to put better and better content out to entertain everyone that supports me. Because no support, I can't succeed. Put out all the content you want. If you don't have the support, not gonna go anywhere. So I thank everyone again. And there's probably gonna be times I thank people too much, but I'd rather thank people too much than not enough. And I thank people that help Party Monsters channel grow. He's also someone that wants to help me succeed. So, Party, I appreciate you for all your help. Heard that, bro. You're welcome, Party. So, yeah, I just really want to, soar with this, and I understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. Some people are truly blessed and take off quickly with YouTube, and they're able to get monetized quickly and start having the opportunity to make money with it. That's a nice shout out for Party from you, bro. Um, but I, like I said before, if I ever get a bit hit it big with this, I'm humble. I remember where I come from, and I remember those who helped me get there. Because again, helping people is free. Being nice is free. If you don't want to do that, that's sad. You got to do some self reflection. All good, bro. All good. Um, you know, so like I want Party to thrive. I want his channel to really get somewhere. I really want to get somewhere. I want all the YouTubers out there that bust their hump. I want them, to get somewhere, or to get even better. Because it's not easy to make it on this platform. You know, some people talk like it's easy. Or maybe some people are really fortunate, really blessed, and they didn't have to work too hard, and they got you far quickly. I feel this is a grind. You know, I roll my sleeves and do the work. I might have 1 or 2 days at the most in a week that I don't do a live or do a short or post videos. Uh, you know, I don't know how I should feel, Like I'm hesitant about TikTok, but you know, I need to do stuff on that platform and see if it can help my channel grow. There's nothing wrong with getting stuff of yours out there and to different platforms. It's just TikTok has a lot of things I don't want to see on there. So just trying to navigate through all that is the tricky part. And I've talked to a lot of people and they say the same thing. You're not careful with your navigation over there, you're going to see things you don't want to see. How good was Dynamite, bro? And of course, I read your text. Can't wait to see Will Ospreay. See the type of pop he got for being back on Dynamite. Of course, I want him to beat John. Hey, Scott Shaw, how are you? Welcome. If you're new here, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. Hit the bell notification so you get notified when I do new content. I need all hands on deck to help me get where I would like to get. So thank you for being here and appreciate any help you can provide and support. So I say thank you. Um, yeah, Darbion is insane. He's I feel like he's a daredevil for our entertainment. I know Party Monster has his thoughts on Darby for sure, because Darby pushes the envelope to entertain us like every match. I feel he just is crazy. Yeah, I would expect Will got a huge pop for sure. Definitely expected that. Because when a huge star like that's out for 7 months, everyone misses them. And it was good that they did those videos showing them, strength training, just preparing. But if you said before the pay per view, yeah, he's coming back, I said, yeah, right. There's no way he's back in 7 months from a major neck surgery. I don't know. He's got John Cena healing factor. That's all I can say, I guess. Because Kevin Owens isn't back, and he's been out like a year now. And he had neck surgery. And that's no disrespect to Kevin Owens. I'm sure he's doing everything he can to come back. But Will Ospreay, as he says, he's on our level. So he's telling the absolute truth. He is on our level. Him just being back already. Wow, interesting. Quicker than he did 9 years ago. 9 years ago, he was very young. I think Will Ospreay's like 30. give or take. Give or take. He's like 30. So he's got he's got a long way left to go in his career. Of course, as long as he stays healthy. Because Will Ospreay pushes the envelope a lot too. If we're gonna be completely honest. But he has such a love for the business. You know, he loves entertaining the fans. And you gotta love him for that. That's a big deal. You know, gotta love him. He's a tremendous talent, without a doubt. And you know, AEW has a lot of tremendous talented wrestlers. Huge fan of Swerve. Swerve's great. Swerve's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. You know, he's strong as heck. He put on like 40 pounds of muscle. Swole Swerve, as Simon Miller would call him. Well, so I'll ask you this, bro. If you're Tony Khan, who of the following would you want to defend a belt against Will Ospreay in England? MJF, Kenny Omega, or Swerve Strickland? Not an easy question, I'm sure. But feel free to let me know who you would have out of those three be champ in August and defend against Will Ospreay in front of his home fans. I'm gonna be interested to see what you have to say, and then I'll tell you you know who I would want it to be. Okay. See what the order is. Because actually, I agree with that. If you had to go in order, because how much longer will we have a chance to see a Swerve? I mean, sorry, Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega? I don't think there's a lot of time left to see that match. You know, Will versus Swerve, we've seen it in Swerve 1. So Will would get that win back if it was against Swerve. And then, you know, Will Ospreay versus MJF, I mean, anytime they wrestle, it's like magic. I remember Jim Cornette tearing that match apart between Will Ospreay and MJF in England because he was so mad at them how the huge spots they didn't sell very well. I remember him being so upset about that. Sometimes I agree with what Jim Cornette says, and then other times I absolutely do not. He is sometimes very biased in his opinions. I don't think he knocks WWE enough. I know he worked for them for years. I mean, he worked for WCW for years. He worked for them when they were the NWA. I think he started off as a camera guy. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Jim Cornette doesn't know what he's talking about, because he does. But he is not able to adapt to today's wrestling. Like, I feel like he knocks today's wrestling so much, except for a few people. He probably loves everything that Punk does. And, you know, Punk is very good. But at the same time, how much longer does he have? You know? Yeah, for sure. You listen to him and he drives you nuts and you stop. Yeah, that's valid for sure. I'll be interested to see his take on the Obafemi Brock Lesnar situation. I would imagine he likes Obafemi. I mean, what's there not to like about Obafemi? 6'6", 310 pounds. Got charisma for days. Powerhouse. So, you know, my dream situation, especially when it comes to Brock Lesnar, Obafemi kicks his tail at Mania, and then Gunther retires him at SummerSlam, in what used to be where he lived in Minnesota. Now he lives with the Mooses in Canada on a big farm. But Rocky Boy can go bye bye. He doesn't do anything for me. And for any Brock Lesnar marks out there, too bad, so sad. He is not entertaining at all. Just keeping it real. He is not. He's boring. I mean, I'll give him credit, like him beating up all the Seth Rollins minions on Raw was somewhat entertaining. It was funny when he yelled at three of them and they got scared and ran. But Oba picking him up like a baby and this doing fall from grace was amazing. I hope WWE does not blow that. Triple H is very sketchy. Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm the best booker in the game. Better than Tony Khan. Nick Khan's got my back. Hey, see how big my nose is? They don't call me the schnoz for nothing. I'm the best booker. Our product's superior to AEW. Triple H, I'd say some of the WWE pay-per-views are trash. What? You tell me they're trash. Not trash. I'm the one that books it. I'm the best booker in the business. You'll be humbled by the game. No, I'm not going to be humbled by the game. Do better. You think you're the best. You're not. When you buried Booker T at WrestleMania 19, hit the pedigree and took like 5 minutes to pin him. Very goofy. Yeah, Mary Stephanie, I'm the man. No, That doesn't make you the man. So what? I could go on and on. Talk about Triple H. Not to say he doesn't do good things, because he does. But some of the decision making blows my mind. Yeah, bro. Not put over Sting. That was petty. So petty. The whole Drew McIntyre situation blows my mind. The whole Rusev situation blows my mind. You know, people that are injured has affected storylines. Like, still waiting to hear what's going on with Braun Breaker, because I feel like that's under wraps. So I really would like to know if he's good and if he's going to come back and face Seth. Yeah, bro, but that's not saying much. Better than Vince McMahon. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, Vince was good back in the day. And he got delusional in what he wanted to do, which is horrible. Sorry. I had to blow my nose. I mean, that would be nice if he does show up, because we're getting down to nitty gritty. Oh yeah, and another thing too, the the booking of Gunther right now. Like, what's going on? Can we find out who his opponent is for WrestleMania? Can someone explain that to me? Maybe Triple H needs to make the Jericho list. You know, maybe he needs to make the list. Oh, Ray's got an injury too. Great. So that's going to be, it seems like another last man thing. So what the heck are you going to do with Gunther if Ray can't go? You're not going to have one of your biggest stars not wrestle at Mania? What's the contingency plan? That's what I want to know. What is the contingency plan if Ray cannot go? What is WWE going to do with Gunther at WrestleMania? Because if you don't have one of your biggest stars that you're pushing on the card, that is a huge missed opportunity. A huge missed opportunity. And I would have a lot of questions for Triple H, Nick Khan, even The Rock. Because this is your biggest show of the year. And you can't be going into this without a contingency plan if your first plan goes out the window because of injuries. And we don't know, you know, because Seth hasn't really done anything. Is Seth cleared or is he not cleared yet? Because that plays into so much. Because I mean, if Braun is good and Seth is good, obviously you have them, and that's a huge match. And I would have Braun win. This makes sense. Seth don't have to win the first match. Let Braun have it at Mania, especially. Huge win for him. And I would have Logan Paul and Austin Theory win the tag belts because Usos are great, but what are they doing? I mean, it's not their fault. They're only going by what they're given to work with. If they don't want to have them defend the tag belts, which is ultimately very goofy to me. You're supposed to try to elevate those belts, but yet here we are, them doing nothing. You got them tied into the CM Punk storyline. Which it makes sense for a second. All right, bro. Appreciate you coming on. You get some sleep. Talk to you tomorrow for sure. But yeah, so I just hope WWE has contingency plans for if their first plans do not work. So we have a full and wonderful card for WrestleMania. Because the last thing you need is an incomplete card for WrestleMania. And what they charge for the tickets, you need to have a good and complete card for WrestleMania. Otherwise, I'd be like, you need to lower the price of the tickets because the card is not where it should be. And we're just going to be, unsatisfied with what we're getting in that WrestleMania, that you should not feel that way. WrestleMania, you should feel like excited and happy about what you saw walking out at the arena or watching on TV. You should be like, yeah, this was a home run. That's what WrestleMania is supposed to be. And for the love of Jesus, do not let Cody Rhodes win. Let Randy Orton go over and get number 15. Because, again, I have Cody Rhodes fatigue. I'm over Cody Rhodes. He can lose the belt, and I don't want to see him get the belt for several years. This is my opinion. You all can tell me what you think. But my answer is the same, and it's going to be the same. I don't need Cody as champ. He can wrestle, not be champ. He can wrestle, not chase the title. Help some of the youngsters out. Cody Rhodes losing a few matches isn't going to hurt him. Not one bit. Not one bit. So, something else I wanted to touch base on. Finally, they released a teaser trailer for Spider-Man. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Tell you what, I was excited. I was very excited for that. And the fact that he's going to develop um, webbing like from his arms, like regular webbing, like how Toby Maguire had it, organic webbing. I think that's really cool. I think that's going to make his skill set better because you don't have to worry about running out. You know, like when you when he would wear it like on a watch or whatnot, you can run out eventually. When it's organic, it's not going to run out. So I can't wait to see how that turns out. Like the Punisher being in it is going to be cool. Allegedly, Jean Grey's going to be in it, a very young Jean Grey. So how you introduce the X-Men and Spider-Man, that's going to be interesting. But again, I love the trailer. So we're going to see how it all plays out. It comes out sometime in the summer. So they didn't show everything. And, didn't want them to show everything for the teaser trailer. But they showed Scorpion and he looked cool. So I'm definitely excited about that. You know, his suit is pretty awesome. And I want to let him see, I hope they let Spider-Man be really awesome because Spider-Man can do so many cool things. And I feel like in the last movie we got more of what we should see from him, but I want them to go further. I want to see him kick butt in the fight. I want him to pick up heavy things and do stuff with them. Like I said, Spider-Man has a cool skill set. Like he can do a lot of awesome things. His agility, climbing, his swinging ability, his strength, his speed, spider senses. Man, it's pretty cool. So, and then sucks for him. His best friend and his girlfriend have no idea who he is because of what Doctor Strange had to do to save the world by erasing memories of him. I couldn't imagine what he's going through with that. I couldn't imagine could y'all imagine being a superhero but no one knows who you are? Like your loved ones don't know who you are, like no one knows you. That'd be depressing. And that's what Peter's going through with this. You know, he is alone. And I feel for him. He's being a student at college. And then he's trying to save as many people as he can as Spider-Man. They got Bruce Banner in this normal, not like a hybrid version of the Hulk, like the Hulk body and the Banner brain. So I wonder if they're going to get back to the way it should be. He tries not to turn into the Hulk because the Hulk, he's going to do a lot of damage wherever he's at when he comes out. They're going to get back to basics with it or what? That's what I want to know. That information I don't think has been revealed yet, so we'll find out. Definitely will give my thoughts on it for sure when they do let us know more information, like on the next trailer or the official trailer for Spider-Man, Brand New Day. But if, like I said, this teaser is it should give a glimpse of what we should expect from that movie. I think it's going to be phenomenal, and we need that. We need some home runs with our superhero movies for sure. So we will have to wait and see. But of course, the biggest one I'm geeking out for is He-Man, and that's in June. And then, we get Avengers Doomsday. That's going to be epic. There's a lot of good movies that are coming. So I'm very excited. And definitely we'll talk more about that stuff as information comes out. And then a lot of people are torn on the trailer for the Green Lanterns series. They say it looks too much like True Detectives, and where's the flying action and the items they make up from their will to use, like a giant sword or a hammer or anything like that. For some reason, I don't think it's a more grounded approach. Not that it can't get fantastical, because it can. I mean, the coolest thing was seeing Hal Jordan, you know, fly for a sec. So I'll be interested when we get more footage. From my understanding, Jon Stewart is going to be in the next Superman movie. So that's going to be really cool. Because if y'all don't know, they're dealing with Brainiac. And honestly, why what? You coming back and asking questions. Where's my peanut butter and jelly sandwich? That's what they've already reported that. I think it's a German actor that's playing Brainiac. Lurking. I mean, do we want to sound any more creepy? Just saying, Katie. Just saying. Did we ride a short bus today? Good job. You can have an organic cookie from Mom's Organic Market. You should enjoy that. No sugar, natural material, nothing processed. Be the best natural cookie ever. Just say it. Clearly, clearly. I mean, if you say so. Hooked on phonics works for me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I know. I have good jokes from time to time. It's not often, but, once in a while I have a good one. I have to be quick with it. For what? Why I need to contact him. I'm interested in this answer. Don't make me laugh too hard. It's late. That would be sad. It definitely would be sad if that was the case. Hopefully not. Yeah, I get it. You're trying to get your words correct. Clearly. Clearly. Katie, did you see the new Spider-Man trailer? I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. Can't wait for that movie. Your your math is not mathing. That's very special math. Yeah, you need to check it out when you have time. It's great. They don't give too much away, but they show enough to definitely make you interested in watching it when it comes out. Yeah, I love the Punisher. Punisher is awesome. But it's funny, the Punisher was like about to cuss. And Spider-Man flings webbing over his mouth and says, "Go home. You do not get to cuss today. You get to go home." So that was funny. One thing I want to know, and I'm a huge Daredevil fan, but what on God's green earth is Daredevil doing on Disney? Disney, I thought was supposed to be for the kiddies, and for adults like PG type movies. Daredevil is like rated R. Like the amount of violence in that show, and then like I'm not gonna go into full detail on here, but what Kingpin does to former chief of police to end the first season, mind blowing. So you want kids to be able to see that type of graphic violence. Have you seen uh, Daredevil season one, Katie? Because if you have, you know what I'm talking about. Like, if my son was young, I would not let him watch that. Hey, what's up, Beast from the East? Welcome, brother. Good to see you on here. I wouldn't think I was going to see you on here tonight, but I'm glad you're here. Hey, all the love is appreciated. Hey, Beast from the East, got some big news for you. Um, I hit today. I hit 200 subscribers in just my first month. Like, I feel like that's a big deal, and you know, you're you're one of the reasons for it. So I say thank you, and also, you know, if you know anyone that would like enjoy my content, please let them know about it. Because I want to build this up as much as I can. All right. Hopefully you'll be back soon because I don't know how much longer I'll be on here. I'm enjoying this, but I'm gonna be starting to get tired soon. So we'll see how it goes. But you know, back to my point, I just don't understand why you have Daredevil on Disney. That should be on Netflix or another network, not anything related to Disney. But Disney has changed a lot over the years. Like, it used to be, you know, for kids and for adults, but like innocent entertainment. But now it's like, oh yeah, we don't care if your kids see this. I don't want. I wouldn't want my son, if he, like I said, if he was little, to watch that type of violence in that show because Daredevil is very violent. I mean, I'm used to it. I've seen so much violence in movies and shows. Like, I'm not phased by it. But yeah, to protect the kids, and that's not the easiest thing to do anymore. Excuse me. There's so many things out there that they have access to, and you got to worry about them getting into and looking at things that they shouldn't. You know, trying to protect your kids, it in that regard has been made very hard. It's been made very hard to do. because it's this, you know, crazy. Like I'm glad I don't have to try to protect my son like that now because he's 25. But you know, they do not make it easy for us parents that want to protect our smart children from shows like that. They have no business being on Disney. That's my opinion. I mean, anyone can let me know what they think. If they disagree with me, all I ask is why. Tell me why. You know, we can discuss it. I'm all about discussion. We're not all going to agree with everything, and that's fine. But like I said, I don't think it's on the right network. You know, Daredevil would make sense on Netflix or Prime Video, Max, HBO Max. So, you know, that's all I have to say about it, honestly. So, we'll see, how it works out. But unless anyone wants to chime in, ask me something, discuss something else, I think I'm gonna wrap up for tonight. I will say it was definitely a lot of fun. Appreciate everyone that listened. I appreciate everyone that chimed in and we had discussion because that is what I love about this the most is the interaction. So I hope everyone has a blessed night. Have a happy Thursday. I will be posting some content. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Posting some new content in the morning or early afternoon. Just got to do a little research first. Then I will definitely be posting something, because I'm always trying to improve the channel and put more stuff out for you all to enjoy. And thank you again for all your support. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when I am doing a live stream, a short, or a regular video. Y'all have a blessed rest of your night. Have a happy Thursday, and I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Bye bye.